One of the most amazing things from what you're about to see is, unlike the majority or a good chunk of the prison population throughout this country, almost none of their graduates ever return to prison. Now, I'm talking about a group called Hudson Link, and it provides college educations for those who earn it behind bars here, prison inmates. Now, this week, 24 people received their diplomas at the graduation ceremony. The group also got a $500,000 donation from Warren Buffett's sister, Doris. Hudson Link is looking for donors to match that, and it's already got a $25,000 contribution since the actual program. A program, in fact, Dominic attended, and it was an emotional graduation ceremony.
Richard, that's an understatement. To actually appreciate this, one needs to be there. And as Richard says, it is indeed emotional, an emotional graduation. It occurs at Sing Sing Maximum Security Prison, and one that is quite compelling and changing lives. Redemption, perseverance, achieving a milestone that they always thought was impossible, especially considering the circumstances, a college degree. This program, Hudson Link, raises private dollars for a college education for prison inmates.
With a degree from Hudson Link, the recidivism rate is less than 1%. Isn't that what we all want? Without a Hudson Link program, more time would be spent in the yard exercising our bodies instead of our minds. Education is a win-win for us and for society. I will lead by example, even if the truth is not popular or welcomed. I must live true to myself, respecting others, because I've already made too many mistakes.
The banner at the bottom, inserviendo consumere, those words means consumed in service. And we all recognize that we're consumed in service to the entire world, to the communities we came from, to communities we may have diminished.
Hudson Link has been featured on HBO with a documentary titled The University of Sing Sing.
The men who have graduated before you have stayed out of jail. And that's an incredible precedent that they've set, which has now put a big responsibility onto you guys. Our jobs would be much more difficult if it weren't for those amazing statistics.
When I got to Elmira Correctional Facility, I had a 24-year sentence. I had no idea where tomorrow was going to be.
I am good at writing checks, and I'm sold on this program because it works. That's all I'm interested in. Does it work? Have we accomplished the thing, or is this one more do-good?
A standout amongst the crowd is Doris Buffett. Yes, the sister of Warren Buffett, who was an early supporter of Hudson Link. Why, for someone at your level of success, is this so important to you?
Well, because I've seen real life. Having a lot of money is unimportant to me unless you can do something worthwhile that changes lives. I'm not interested in big houses or yachts or going to Florida or whatever it may be. I have the power to do the right thing if I do it in the right way.
Entertainer Harry Belafonte is now 89 years old. You are an international icon. You don't need to be here.
As a matter of fact, I very much need to be here. I think that when one gets exposed to the fact that we have the largest prison population in the world here in the United States, that most of the men and the young women who make up that prison population are black, most of them are below 35. When they leave this institution or institutions like this, they are left with a blemish that is forever haunting them.
Well, these men have determined to improve themselves, to make themselves better people. They've done something that most people have never done. They've gotten a college degree. They're going to do more. They've improved themselves, and it's the least I could do to give a hand.
But it's the faces of loved ones that stand out and touch your heart. This day is also about redemption for the families that have lived with embarrassment and pain at seeing loved ones incarcerated. Has it been a long road for your son?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's been here since he was 16. How old is he now?
He will be 32. It would be 32.
How tough is that?
Not good. It's not.
Raising my son on my own was pretty hard, so to know that he's in here and making better of himself, it makes a difference.
Are you proud of your dad tonight?
Yeah, very proud. Came a long way, did a good job.
Has this been tough for you?
Of course. Whole
You're
life.
hanging in there supporting your father.
Yeah.
There's some people watching you tonight, right now, that say these men should not, because of what they've done in the past, have this opportunity.
And I would be probably one of them if I wasn't in this situation. I do believe, for the first time in his life, that he is really rehabilitated, and this has done wonders for him.
For the actual educators, many describe it as a calling.
They are so completely respectful. I've never had any sense of being in danger, or I know that they would protect me with their lives if they needed to.
I'm conscious of where I am. I keep my eyes open, my ears open. I'm aware that anything could happen at any minute, but no, I do not fear coming here to work.
Marvin Ramos graduated from Hudson Link 9 years ago and now lives in upstate Syracuse, giving back by working for the Center for Community Alternatives.
I can't forget this place because it reminds me of where I was and where I need to be and where I need to continue doing what I'm doing today.
And you know what, Dominic? I, like you, have been to a few of these, and I've seen commencement, by far, some of the best valedictorian speeches, I mean, given the context.
We agree.
But what I like more than even what's on the stage is you turn around and if you watch the families' faces, for a lot of these families, their son has been nothing but a shame or an embarrassment or a secret that they want to keep hidden. But for not just the parents, the siblings, but the children too, it's the first time they put their back up straight and say, that's my dad, or that's my brother, or that's my son. And it's amazing. We've seen it firsthand here. You know, the pride, overdue albeit, but the pride that these families can feel for their kid.
I'm so glad you brought that up. That's why we spoke to that one young man in the piece who happened to be a son, who's now a young adult himself, going back to Sing Sing to see his father graduate from college. And so, Richard, you're on point with this, and it is perhaps the most compelling thing, as you mentioned, to look in the lives and to the faces and to basically read the lives that have happened on the faces of the family members, the hurt, the embarrassment, and now they can have a sense of pride.
And the one thing every graduate said, I don't care if they're black, white, Hispanic, from wherever they're from, they all want to break the cycle. None of them want another loved one to follow in their footsteps. Great job, Dominic. Thank you as always. Okay, when we come back here, a couple editorials and an interesting debate. We're going to get into all that straight ahead.